Hey guys, what's up? It's Fern. Thank you so much for joining me for another Plenty video. We are back doing a updates slash walkthrough of my collection. I'm gonna show y'all what's been going on with all my plants. And I feel like I have not done this. Well, I was thinking about it and I was like, I feel like I haven't done one of these videos forever. And then I look back and realize the reason I feel that way is because I literally have not done this video since July. So I don't know what the heck is up with that, because I used to do this video every single month and walk through and give y'all updates, let you know what's going on, keep you in the loop, and I love doing that. I feel like you guys loved watching them, so I don't know what happened. I think a big reason is just because I haven't been happy with my collection. A lot of my plants have been struggling, and a lot of them still are struggling, and you're gonna see that some of them don't look so great, but I'm not gonna dwell too much on that. We are moving on, and even if, you know, things aren't exactly how I want them to be right now, it's still nice to be able to document it by filming this type of video and sharing it with you, and then we can all kind of, you know, watch the plants evolve and improve over time. I feel like plants have a very, at least the plants in my collection, have a very cyclical nature. Like, I'll grow them big, something will happen, I'll have to start them over again, and you know, it ebbs and it flows, and that's just the way it is. Things are always changing, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of the changes that are yet to come. Speaking of positive changes, I would love to talk to you about today's sponsor, Blueland. I think it's always important to think about our impact on the planet and to try to create less waste right now more than ever, because on average, people produce 25% more waste between Thanksgiving and New Year's. Finding improvements I can make in my daily life to mitigate this is really vital to me, which is why I love Blueland's products so much. I've been using Blueland's cleaning products, their hand soaps, and most recently we're trying out their dish soap tablets right now, and they're working a treat, so we're really happy with that. But I've spoken about their products before. I love everything that I've tried from them. I always tend to talk about their hand soaps the most because they're my favorite, and I feel like I'm always using them throughout the day because, you know, I'm working with plants, I'm cooking, I'm doing different things, and I am constantly washing my hands. They have so many different scent options, which is one of my favorite things about them. And my kitchen hand soap is actually due to be refilled, and I'm gonna be using a holiday scent, so I'm really excited. I'm gonna be trying out this peppermint one. The nifty thing about Blueland is that their products come in this tablet form, and then you just add them to your reusable bottle with water, and boom, you have your product. They have no harmful ingredients, and Blueland uses no single-use plastic in anything, from each of their products to the wrappers and even shipping. So you're getting a better product, and you're also getting it for a better value because the cost of the tablet refills starts at just $2.25, and you can also save more by buying in bulk or setting up a subscription. Like I said, I love all Blueland's hand soap scents, and right now they actually have a holiday hand soap kit that you can get. It comes in this nice little tin, and you get 12 different scent options, which I just think is so fun because then you can pick out whichever one suits the month or the season that you're in. Blueland is actually having their biggest sale of the year right now, so if you would like to stock up on sustainable cleaning products for yourself or perhaps gift them to a loved one, you can save up to 30% off by visiting my link down below in the description box. Thank you so much to Blueland for sponsoring today's video. Now let's hop into the Plenty walkthrough. Okay, it's actually a nice overcast, cloudy day out today, which is perfect for filming this kind of video because it just gets way too bright with the sun and you can't see anything. So I guess this is just an overview of what the space, well, the main space is looking like. We of course have my plant shelf set up there, Mills Botal cabinets, some of my moss poles in this area, succulents and cactus down there, my Rousseau pole mounts, which I actually haven't talked about, but I'm obsessed with them. Well, I mean, I've mentioned them, but I guess I haven't really talked a ton about them or talked in depth about them. Window number 1, calyx shelf, window number 2, my Millsbow wide. So yeah, that's kind of, I guess, an overview of how everything is looking. I don't even know where to start like going through the plants. We'll start with my Mills Botal. Why not? Actually, let's start beside my Mills Botal right here with my beautiful Syngonium albo. I cannot tell you how happy I am with this plant lately. It's just so gorgeous. I'm so glad that I decided to chop this plant up and start over with cuttings because my goodness, it just looks so stunning as this lush bushy pot. I have all different types of variegation. We have half moon, we have very marbled leaves, we have some with more green, some with more white. Oh, look at that beautiful like minty green on this one. It is just so, so pretty. Yeah, I've totally fallen in love with this plant again. And I actually think that I'm going to be chopping this again soon because it's really starting to vine out and I want to keep this more compact and just full. So that's going to be my plan. Due for a haircut soon already. I feel like it hasn't been that long since I potted all the cuttings in, but look at how massive it is already. Yeah, I love her so much. So she's doing amazing there. My string of hearts down the side there is also doing quite well. And we chopped this back in a video a couple of months ago. And it's already growing back like crazy. Look at all this new growth at the bottom. It's already, I should have cut it so much shorter because it's already almost touching the floor again. So I'm honestly gonna have to trim this again soon. And I'm probably gonna cut it like way higher up because yeah, it just grows so, so quickly. Okay, I've turned the fans off so we can take a peek inside the cabinet here. Oh, it's so hard to decide what I'm gonna talk about because can't talk about everyone, so I'm just gonna choose the plants that I've been really excited about lately. First of all, Alocasia Dragon's Breath, or Heterophylla, is looking so stunning. This plant is sizing up like crazy for me. I got this as a corm in a trade. And yeah, it's just like every leaf just increases in size so much. This one I noticed was getting kind of stuck, so that one might be damaged when it comes in. Hopefully it's not too bad. But look at how beautiful she is. I love everything about this alocasia. I love the leaf shape. I love the color. Like it's so, so silver. If you like silver plants, this is the alocasia for you. It's just beautiful. And next to her is my Gisenia pothos, which has been one of my favorites recently because I'm kind of replacing my Monstera aurea with this plant in my mind to satisfy my desire for yellow variegation in a plant because it's freaking beautiful, but it comes without all of the drama that the aurea brings. My aurea is constantly browning, crisping, acting up on me, and this one doesn't. It's so, so easy. So I really want to try to size that up. That's going to be one of my goals for the new year. Oh man, a lot of these plants in here are actually looking really beautiful lately. My Hartley philodendron, look at that. The variegation on this plant is just, oh my goodness. Like the newer leaves look more white, but then they get more minty. The older leaves, oh, it's just so pretty. This plant next to my dragon scale, whenever I see these, like I look at them together and I'm just like, ugh, you've got to be kidding me. Like they're so flawless. I will never get over this alocasia. I cannot believe that I have it and that I lucked out with such a beautiful specimen of variegated alocasia dragon scale. Like, oh, it's literally perfect. I could not have asked for something better. So yeah, this is the newest leaf and you can see I'm getting some size now. So yeah, she is so, so stunning. I water this a lot because I really don't want her to get too dry, and she's in a really, really chunky mix, as you can see. So yeah, I've been trying to take really good care of her. I wanted to show y'all my Hoya caudata Sumatra, which is climbing the back of the cabinet. It has grown, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to take some of these out. This is my variegated Polynera, by the way, doing well. Look at my Hoya caudata Sumatra. She's going crazy back there. She's just scaling this wire grid in the cabinet, and I've really been prioritizing watering her more, so I can't move her out of the cabinet, obviously, because she is literally attached. Look at her wound around it. Like, it's so crazy. But she attached herself, and I was just kind of like, for a while I would unwind her and then take her to the sink, but lately I've just been like, okay, fine, stay there, do your thing, and I'll just bring the water over to her. So yeah, I just use a squirt bottle to get in there and give her some water so I don't have to bother her and detach all of her leaves and everything. But oh my goodness, she puts out so many new leaves. Like, it's just like dense with foliage down there. This thing has always grown really well for me, but it will not bloom. And the reason that I wanted this Hoya, I mean, I do love the foliage. I'm really happy with the foliage, but the reason that I got this Hoya is because of the blooms. I love those fluffy, feathery blooms. but for some reason mine just, she doesn't want to bloom for me. So I'm hoping now that she's climbing, now that I'm watering her more, you know, she should be so happy. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get a bloom sometime soon. I will let y'all know as soon as I see any sign of one, but I don't think I've ever even had a peduncle on her, unfortunately. But look at this beautiful new leaf right here. Oh, that's gorgeous. And I feel like this is going to be a big one. It's still super, super soft, but it's so pretty. I am loving that leaf. But yeah, she has vines kind of going everywhere in here, but I'm kind of loving just letting her do her own thing. My red Anderson is still doing well. Also, look at that beautiful variegation. She's stunning. I think I'm gonna move down to this level here. So I've really noticed that I've been chronically underwatering, well, all my plants, but especially my anthurium, because the past few weeks I've been trying to be more consistent with my watering and they have been growing like crazy. So I'm like, okay, sorry for not giving you enough water until now. But literally all of them are giving me new leaves. This is the Anthurium King of Spades / HU from Cartel Done. And it is so pink, you guys. Like, it is bright pink. It's not going to show up as pink on the camera. I posted a reel of this the other day on my Instagram because I was so shocked at just the beauty of this leaf. Like, it's insane. I feel like I shouldn't even be allowed to have this Anthurium. Like, I'm not a fancy Anthurium girly, but I have this incredible specimen in my home. It's just so crazy. Look at her. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm so grateful to have this plant. It is just, wow, it's beautiful. So I've been staying really on top of watering her, watering all of them. Like I said, this is my Moodianum, constantly growing. Even when I'm chronically underwatering this plant, it is so resilient and tough because it's been growing the whole time. And I find that this one gives me multiple leaves, like super close together. Like these two are still very fresh. They're so beautiful and dark. And then it has another one down there on the way. And this one is still like kind of new as well. Like it's just constantly growing, which is really nice. This is my Doriaki Red Crystallinum hybrid, which is really picking up speed in its growth as well. There's a new baby leaf right there, so cute. I'm really curious to see this one once it gets a little bit bigger. I've also been obsessed with this Piper and trying to water it more as well, and has been growing a ton. Look at the pink on that new leaf. It is so pretty. But yeah, I love her. Just so different. Like, it really just draws the eye. Just beautiful. Tons of new leaves on this Hoya too. My Hushkleona variegata. Look at all of those. This is another one that grows like crazy, giving me foliage, but will not bloom for me. So I don't know what's up with that with some of my Hoya. And I've always heard people say that Hoya need to be stressed to bloom, like if you underwater them. And I'm like, I'm literally, nobody underwaters their plants more than me. I'm literally the worst underwaterer ever. So if that was true, I feel like I should have so many Hoya blooms, but it doesn't seem to work for me like that. Anyways, yeah, really happy. Oh yeah, and of course my Frydek. Oh my goodness, look at this leaf. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. It's been doing really well in the pond. Oh my goodness, we have a new leaf on the way too. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. Yeah, it's been super happy. I transitioned this to pond. I guess not really transitioned. I rerouted it in water and then I put it in this Crystal Star pond in a video a while ago in like October, I think. So yeah, that's gonna be the first official new leaf that's come out since I repotted it. These are my current conditions, if anyone is curious as well. Let's change that for my American friends. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move over to here, which used to be my favorite planty area, the moss poles on top here, but they all kind of took a turn for the worse. Well, except for my Amadrium medium silver. That one is still looking great. But they all, maybe I'll turn the light off. They all got underwatered and were kind of suffering the effects of that. And then I ended up chopping a bunch of them, all of them, I guess. And now they're just kind of coming back and recovering. So my Gigas, this was my absolute favorite one. And then I took a top cut and that top cut got thrips and I had to get rid of it. So I still just have the main plant here, which is fine. and it is pushing out new growth from multiple different areas. So I'm excited to see this one come back. I love her so much. Like the gigas is so beautiful with that dark velvety foliage. But yeah, I need to decide what I'm gonna be doing with these moss poles because I'm just not happy with the way that they look. I kind of want to start them over on my Rousseau poles, which are thicker. Like that one is on a Rousseau pole. So I might end up doing that, I don't know. My Bro Marks Fantasy, same thing. I took a cutting and it's just kind of coming back now. A medium silver is stunning as always. She's doing really well. Getting big again, like, wow. And I need to extend her soon too. But she has a lot of vines in here. There's a new little leaf right there, so cute. Philodendron Orange Marmalade is doing well. I need to get this on a pole like yesterday. It's getting pretty top heavy in the pot there, but I'm really happy with it. It's sizing up beautifully. The variegation is stunning. It's really like everything I hope for. This was my #1 wish list plant for this year, at least wish list philodendron. And I have not been disappointed. Maybe I'll put that on a pole this afternoon. It really needs to be done. My Glorious, who I'm currently air layering, she is just, you can see that this area is just a little bit chaotic right now. I feel like a lot of my plants are in this transitional period where I'm either propagating them or they need to be propagated or I'm just not happy with them for whatever reason. And you can see my Glorious right there. She's just looking, I mean, she's looking stunning. Like the leaves are the best leaves I've ever had on this plant, but I am currently air layering her. So I'm probably gonna chop her soon and then pot up the cuttings. New leaf right here. But I've kind of realized that the secret to keeping her looking nice is showering her every single time I water, because this plant just gets so much EFN and then the leaves start looking super janky. I'll try to find an example. Oh, like this one. This is not pest damage. This is just from EFN. Like the back gets so, oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah, so you really need to be washing the leaves down regularly. At least that's what I've been noticing. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of start over with this one once I take the cuttings. Speaking of starting over, I am currently rooting my Monstera aurea cuttings. I cut up my whole entire plant and I've just been water propagating. Currently just waiting for more roots to come in on her. It's only been a couple of weeks. So yeah, this plant's gonna be going into semi-hydro because I'm so sick of this. So I'm gonna try that out as a kind of last resort situation. It's such a shame because the variegation on this plant is just stunning. But yeah, it's not stunning when it ends up looking like this, you know? So yeah. One of my favorites right now is my Epipremnum over here. Epipremnum no ID, Epipremnum, some variety of Cebu Blue, I'm not really sure, but she is starting to really fenestrate for me. I just extended the pole and repotted her the other day, so she's still got to kind of sort the way her leaves are facing out a little bit, but she will do that over time. But yeah, she's looking so beautiful. And the pole's almost as tall as me now, but it's on one of the Rousseau pole supports, so it's super sturdy, which is nice. That's the new pot that she's in. It looks so cute. But yeah, I'm obsessed with this plant right now. Okay, I'm down here on the floor now in my little cactus and succulent area where my Grove light bar is, which I'm obsessed with. I love this thing so much, and all these plants have been doing super well down here. I really want to get them all potted into like cute pots because, you know, we have a lot of just random cups and things going on and plastic pots. So I'm hoping to upgrade this little area soon. But yeah, everyone is doing great. All of these succulents have now rooted, which is really nice. Even this little guy, I put this little Hoernia piece that fell off. I think he has roots too. Yeah, he has rooted. So it wasn't doing anything under my Barina lights, and then I put him under these lights and he shot out roots right away. So that just tells me, you know, but yeah, everyone down here is doing great. So I'm really happy with this little area. It's so cute. I have quite a few Hoya just on my window here. This is south facing, so they get pretty high light. I moved my Hoya quinquenervia from my Vitcho shelf over to here because it was hitting the top. It outgrew the space, so I have a bunch of leaves that are kind of curled from that, but that's okay, I guess. And it also has a peduncle somewhere. Where is it? Right here. I don't know if it's gonna do anything. I don't think it is, but it's cool to see because I've never had the Quinquenervia bloom before, so I would love that if it did eventually. Other propagation stuff. I have a new leaf on my El Choco. Finally, I really ignored slash neglected this plant basically since the move. And lately I've been taking care of it and it grew, imagine that. So yeah, beautiful new leaf on that guy. And of course my Alocasia Jacqueline or Tanderusa here, which is so stunning. Look at how big it is. Like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe that this was a tiny baby plant when I got it like a year ago. It's just absolutely exploded. So yeah, I actually just repotted it the other day too. So it's in a bigger pot again. I had to repot it like within 2 months because it just outgrew the last pot so quickly. She's a beast. Some of my cutie pinguiculas here. This one was blooming, but it just came off. These guys are doing really well. They're so cute. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, but my Hoya linearis here actually has some peduncles on it, which I couldn't believe. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be hard to see, but here's one. I don't even know if it's gonna stay or if it's gonna do anything, but there's a few on this plant that look like that, and I got so excited because I've never had it bloom before, and it's pretty big. Especially considering I separated some of it out for my UFO planter over there, which I'll show you in a second. But yeah, it's a pretty big plant, but it's never ever bloomed for me. And I always see other people's put out so many blooms, and it just makes me so excited for the day that mine decides to bloom. But yeah, there is a few on here. They're kind of hard to spot. But yeah, we'll see if anything comes of that or not. But yeah, that would be so cool if it bloomed for me. And apparently they're winter bloomers, I saw someone saying the other day, so yeah. Somebody was asking about my Monstera albo the other day, so I thought I would talk about it a little bit here. This is her. I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell because look at how green that is. But I actually cut this plant up. This was one of the cuttings, or I can't remember if, yeah, this was the top cut, I think, that I kept. I sold one of them when I moved, and then I potted up on a bunch of my other cuttings that are over there, which we'll get to. And then a few of the other cuttings I gave to my friend Dakota in a trade. And I tried to give him the ones that I thought had the best variegation, but apparently they're just growing green for him. So that's kind of depressing, but honestly the same thing is kind of happening to my top cut over here, because look at that. This is the newest one, and it came back with a little bit of variegation, and it has more variegation in the stem on this one, so I'm curious to see the next leaf. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not super happy with it, to be honest with you. I had a lot of hope that chopping up this plant would give me some more variegation on at least one of the cuttings, but it hasn't really been the case. I do like, this is pretty. Like, I like that, but I don't like this. I think one of my plants that I'm gonna buy in 2024 is gonna be a highly variegated Monstera albo, because I've just never had that, and I've been trying to get mine to be more variegated for a while now, and it just tends to like to revert on me. So yeah, I don't know. I've tried. But this is her. She's currently under treatment for thrips right now because she has thrip damage, if you can see that. I haven't actually seen any bugs on her, but I can see the damage, so that's, you know, I know that they're here even though I don't see them. And the Cupria did have thrips because these plants were all next to my Philodendron SP Silver, which you can see the big open space where she was. If you saw my video, I had to cut up my big giant Philodendron SP Silver / El Guapo, and I had to cut it into wet sticks. Those are currently rooting, but I cut it up because it had thrips, and the thrips did unfortunately spread to some of the plants that were next to it. My Cupria, which I think is pretty much treated now. I went pretty aggressive on it. I've still got to keep an eye and keep treating them, of course, but yeah, these two did unfortunately have some damage from the thrips. Actually, this one didn't even really show damage, but it had the thrips crawling over it, so that was no good. But even being infested with thrips, it gave me this beautiful leaf, so that's pretty cool. Tells me that this plant is pretty darn resilient. My beautiful variegated Thanksgiving cactus, I posted this on Insta the other day, and people were pretty hyped about it, and I wasn't really expecting that photo to get so much love, but it has tons of comments and tons of likes, and people are asking so many questions about this plant, which I really appreciated because, I mean, it doesn't matter, it's just Instagram, but I appreciated it because I was so hyped, am still so hyped on this plant. It was like at the top of my wish list for years, and I finally got it, and I was so excited. So I guess it's just nice to see other people appreciating it as well, because I feel like Thanksgiving cactus isn't as loved as it should be, even just the regular green one. And this variegated one is just so special, and it's doing amazingly. It's even budding up right here. Look at that. That is so cool. I can't wait to see the bloom open. I'm pretty sure they're pink. If I remember correctly, I had a bloom last year too. But yeah, how beautiful. I just love her. Tortum is always growing. Always, always, always. It's crazy how big the leaves are getting now. She is massive. I also had someone ask me the other day if I still have my tortum, and yes, I do. She causes me no trouble. I love her so much. The second one is actually starting to get a little bit taller too. Right there, that's the last leaf that one gave me. My beautiful low maintenance Hoyas hanging out on the edge here. I actually repotted my Shepherdii the other day because somebody came over and accidentally knocked it over, which is probably a blessing in disguise because I hadn't repotted it since like 2020. So it felt good to get her in a new pot, and I'm sure that she's really gonna appreciate it. Okay, over here in the little living room area, of course, I have some of my beautiful hanging plants here. Oh yeah, I was talking about my UFO planter. Hard to show when plants are so backlit, but yeah, that's my UFO planter that I put this Hoya linearis in. This is just pieces that I separated from my main one over there, and it's doing so well. I had never, I mean, obviously planted something like this before, like upside down in a planter. You can see the soil at the top there. I'd never done that before, and I wasn't really worried about it, but I was just kind of unsure if something would go wrong, if it would be happy. But it's happy, it's growing, and yeah, I love it so much. Like, that's just so unique and so cool. Yeah, gorgeous. Viderifolium has been growing like crazy. This is a new leaf that it's currently coming out with. Look at how long it is. She is getting massive, and yeah, she looks pretty cool just hanging out there. I don't have much to say about the others. They're just hanging out and looking big and beautiful as always. Ficus shiveriana is doing really well. My little strawberry begonia is doing well also. More Hoya. I hung my staghorn fern there, and I'm really happy with how it looks. I think I might have to move it. Well, actually, it depends how much the sun is going to come in here. It might outgrow this space by the summer though. We'll see. But yeah, I'm anticipating having to move it just because it doesn't have a ton of room there, but it looks so cool hanging there, so it's staying there for now. Hey, monkey. There's the monkey. Hey, girl. You want to say hello? You want to say hello? You hanging out? Anyways, we got this new table for Black Friday on sale, and I love it. I feel like it looks so cute in that spot and really just suits the space. So yeah, kind of obsessed with that right now. And of course I have a few plants on it. One of them is my Alocasia Michelitziana, which I moved. This used to be in the bedroom. Well, it was outside over the summer, and then I moved it to the bedroom under a grow light, and now I have it out here. I don't know if it's gonna stay here or not. It gets enough light here, but it's kind of sketch because the baseboard heater is right there, and I already had one leaf too close to it and it got damaged. So I'm trying to keep her pulled back a little bit, but this is the newest leaf. So beautiful. I'm obsessed with this plant. Like, it's honestly one of my all-time favorites. Oh, it's just so pretty. Like, it's almost blue. Do you see the sheen? Oh, wow. It's just so gorgeous. And I'm using this acrylic little stake to keep the leaves from drooping over too much. So this is my last stake like this, but I did get some more. Not these nice clear ones, unfortunately, but I did get just some green ones to use to just support leaves like this, because I have a lot of plants where the leaves kind of flop over and just do their own crazy thing. And I've been finding it really helpful to use stakes to just kind of control them a little bit and hold them up, especially for alocasia, because they're notorious for just flopping over. But also for my anthurium, I've been using it to stabilize and like hold a range, I guess, even. Like put the leaves where I want them. I've been using that for some of my anthurium. So yeah, I have my Minahasa anthurium here, and it's going through a bit of a rough patch right now because I moved it out of the Millsbow wide into room humidity. So I've been watering a ton, trying to keep it from drying out just so that I can, you know, be doing okay out here. So yeah. Something else cool over here, I've been obsessed with this little area lately, if you can't tell, is this, I guess I'll show you from further away again, this glass cylinder, which I'm using for my Ficus villosa. I forgot the name for a second. Ficus villosa, which is a really cool hairy ficus, shingling ficus, if you haven't seen it before. I'm obsessed with this plant. I have like 3 or 4 of them right now in different locations. But this one I popped into here because I wanted to see if it would climb the glass, because I thought it'd be so cool to have it climbing up in there. And they don't require high humidity if you acclimate it down, but they appreciate high humidity. So I just have saran wrap on the top and closing it. And he has indeed started shingling, and he looks so, so happy in here. Look at the roots. Like, how cool is that? I just feel like this is such a cool way to display a plant. I actually got this just from IKEA when I was there in the summertime, because I envisioned this when I saw it there. So I'm glad that I'm finally using it, and I have this setup going, and I'm so, so happy with it. Also recently moved my varicosum into this spot. He's been having a bit of a tough life recently, but I mean, he looks okay. Like, is he as big and as full as I would like? No, probably not, but I still just I love varicosum so much. Like, it's still beautiful, stunning, and I love the pot combo with this one. I think that's such a cool pot for him. I need to get a smaller saucer, but yeah, I love that pot. It's so neat. Philodendron narrow, looking stunning as always. Some anthurium back there doing okay. We have an inflow over here on my Dark Mama hybrid, and a new leaf coming in actually. So that's cool. Currently transitioning my Calathea Warshawixii into water so that I can put it into a semi-hydro setup. So it's hanging out there in my Aerosaur movie cup. And before we go into the cabinet, I just want to make sure I've talked about everything out here that I want to. My Monstera Thai Constellation has been doing amazing lately. This is a new leaf that we have on the smaller of the 2 plants in here. Look at that chunk of variegation. I'm obsessed. It's just a small chunk, but I'm like hyper fixated on it. I love it so much. Yeah, gorgeous. I would also love to get another Thai Constellation. Oh my goodness. As if I have room for all of these new Monsteras I want to get, but I would love highly variegated Monstera albo and highly variegated, like one of those really creamy Thai Constellations. Oh, I would love that so much, but I would never get rid of this one now that it's growing for me because it's sentimental. So I would have to have, you know, find a different spot for the new one, which don't know where I would put it, but yeah, I'm obsessed with Thai Constellation ever since this one has started behaving. It is just, oh my goodness. Like every time I look at this area, I just, oh, I love it. I mean, the light is kind of weird right now. But when it's sunny in here and the sun comes and hits this plant, it is so gorgeous, you guys. So yeah, I've been loving that. I had this light here for quite a while. So, and this is a separate plant in the front, the smaller one. So I've recently moved it over here so that this second plant, the larger one, can be benefiting from light. And she is pregnant, so I'm just waiting for that leaf to come out, hopefully soon. So yeah, he's been doing great since the repot and everything, which is really awesome. And then I feel like I don't have a ton to talk about in my Millsbow wide, but let's just take a peek. This is my new orchid that I hauled in my Crystal Star Nursery haul, my bulbophyllum, and it's doing well. That's what the new growth is looking like on there. A new leaf. So cute. Really glad that he's settling in because this is like one of my latest obsessions is these bulbophyllum orchids. Yeah, I need to repot him and yeah, I guess repot him. I don't know if I should do it now or in the spring. If orchid people have any suggestions, should I wait until the spring? Should I repot him now? I don't know. And I'm thinking of ordering the Molly's orchid mix. They now have an orchid mix, and I love the Molly's aroid mix, so I kind of want to try that out for my orchids, or I guess this orchid. But yeah, if anyone's tried that, leave me a comment, let me know. My philodendron Paraiso Verde, which I don't know y'all. I thought for sure I was gonna get some nice variegation on this new leaf because it had been so hot in here, and this cabinet really heats up when it's sunny out, and it had been so sunny lately, and I thought for sure, I was like, oh, he is getting good heat, he's gonna come out with this beautiful variegation, but no. That is what the new leaf looks like, so I was kind of disappointed. I was so hopeful it was going to be variegated, so I understand why people get so frustrated with this plant, but we'll see. Obviously it's fine and I'm not giving up on it or anything, but I thought for sure it was going to be variegated. Still considering buying a heat mat for this guy over the winter. If anyone has used a heat mat with their Paraiso Verde and gotten variegation, let me know, because I'm considering ordering one and doing that for him, which is so extra, but I just really want, like, the variegation is stunning when it actually comes out with it, you know? What else? Oh yeah, this is my other Monstera albo I was telling you about. So there's multiple plants in here because I just potted all the rest of the cuttings up in here, and I thought for sure, you know, one of them is gonna come out with high variegation, but I mean, this one is probably the most variegated out of all of them. So that's kind of hopeful. We'll see what other leaves. Oh, these are all, oh my gosh, that's kind of depressing. This one, and then this leaf came out, and then this leaf. So it's just gradually getting less variegated. This seems to be the story of my life when it comes to my Monstera albos, unfortunately. I think I just need to buy a new one. I've chopped and propped many times now. Anyways, Hoya Kalimantan has been growing well for me. Look at this new leaf. She is just so, so beautiful. I love this Hoya. And what else? Oh, my painted lady has really been growing in here and giving me these cool sport variegated leaves. Look at that dark patch, and there's another one as well right here. So cute. I love when plants do that. It's so fun. Oh my gosh, don't want her to be getting caught under that wire. I'm gonna have to move her over a little bit. But yeah, the plants in here have been doing pretty good, honestly. I'm pretty happy with them. A lot of them just need to be repotted, I think, is the big thing in here. I don't know if this Hoya sigillatus is rooting or growing. Looks like that might be roots. So perhaps I'll leave them there. I want that other form of sigillatus, which is like the really chunky silver kind. I forget what it's called, but I would prefer that type over this one, but this is the one I have, so I'm gonna keep it for now. Okay, so now for what's going on my plant shelf setup. Oh, my Alocasia Black Velvet is growing a third leaf there, which is gonna like break a record for how many leaves I've ever had on this plant, because I have these two beautiful healthy ones and a third on the way, which is crazy. And I never had that happen until I put this plant into this self-watering pots. It's actually a chunky mix, like a chunky aroid mix, but in self-watering. So yeah, he seems to freaking love it. Like, he feels so firm and healthy too. I've just never seen this plant thrive like this until now. And he loves being really close to the grow light as well. It keeps him nice and compact like this. So yeah, I'm really excited to see that new leaf there. Move my Ripsalis here just so that it can get more light and also kind of like trail and look cute. Begonia Autumn Ember, I just repotted the other day, so she's kind of adjusting to her new setup there. Down here, this is the mealy section. Unfortunately, my dragon scale has mealies. My aglaonema silver bay has mealies. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think I'm gonna be cutting up this plant. Honestly, I think I'm gonna be restarting my alocasia dragon scale. So it's kind of gonna be the end of an era, which is bittersweet, but it's just not looking great. And now it has the mealies. And I think that's just what I'm gonna end up doing this week. I'm gonna be posting to my Patreon a big downsize / chopping up my collection video next week, I believe. So yeah, I'm gonna be posting that video soon. There's gonna be some changes to my collection coming up, but for now, he's just kind of hanging out there. I've removed all the mealies I could find, but yeah, they're probably still gonna pop up. Like, what is that? I don't know. I might change my mind on that before I film the video, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna chop him up and just start from either corms or grow out one of the little babies in there. My silver sword is back there as well, which I don't think she has mealies, but I haven't been happy with how this plant is doing. It's just not sizing up, and I think it's just not getting enough light. Like, this is one of the plants that just, it's too far from the Barina. It looks like it's getting light, but I just don't think that these grow lights are strong enough to like reach down to give that philodendron all the light it needs. So she's not really growing a ton, but she's doing okay. I'm gonna need to move her or something. Down here we have another one of the little mealy sections. This is my Alocasia Adora that I found the really bad root mealy infestation on, and I cut off her root system. She's doing amazing, honestly. Like, she's growing back her roots, and she also pushed out this new leaf. Like, I think she was just so happy when I cut all those mealies off that, yeah, she started growing like immediately. But yeah, I've just been checking her over and keeping a close eye, but so far she's doing well, so that's good. This Hoya latifolia Snow Queen that had just suddenly rotted on me in one of my videos. We cut this up, but it's all rooted, so I'm really happy about that. And we also potted up my Hoya, what is this again? Fitchii recently, which I'm obsessed with this Hoya. Like, this is so stinking cute. Are you kidding me? I freaking love it. But we potted it up recently and it's growing. So it's happy, doing well, and yeah, I love it. Why did I not have this Hoya sooner? It is so, so cute. Okay, my battery died, but yeah, that's basically all I have to say is that I'm Hoya Fitchii obsessed and she's doing well after the repot. Also, kind of a sad update. My beautiful variegated philodendron micans has reverted on me. So I chopped it up. These are all the cuttings. And yeah, none of them have a single speck of variegation, but I thought I would still cut them all up, root them, and grow them out just to see, you know, just to make sure that none of them are gonna pop out any variegation. So we'll see what happens. You can see that they're rooting, which is good. But oh my goodness, like this is just so pretty. I really need to save up and get a new one because yeah, that is the risk with half moon variegation sometimes. Unfortunately, I've had that happen to me several times, and I don't think this is gonna grow. I think that this is a spent node, but I did see that little bump. Do you see that? And I was thinking maybe that could be something. So I kept this, of course, just to make sure that nothing is gonna grow from here. I mean, if it did grow, I don't think that there's really any variegation there anyways, but you never know. If I get growth, I will keep y'all updated. But yeah, pretty heartbroken about that, to be honest, because I love philodendron micans and having a variegated one would just be a dream. All those cuttings, which I'll keep you updated on as well. Okay, so up here, some of my larger anthuriums. On either side, we have my Lux hybrids. So this is my Anthurium magnificum luxurians hybrid, which stunning. Like, look at this leaf. It is huge and so, so pretty. Ugh, the texture, everything is just gorgeous. And then over here, we have my Crystal Mag luxurians, right? Yeah, I think that's right. And this one, like, I cannot get over this leaf. I keep showing it to my boyfriend and he's like, yeah, nice. But I'm obsessed with it. Like, look, it's massive. This is the biggest anthurium leaf I've ever grown, I think. I'm just so impressed with it and in love with it. The texture, the color, the lobes up here. Like, are you kidding me? How they overlap like that? It's so cutie. I just love it. I'm gonna be installing a grow light up here soon. I think I'm gonna do a Rousseau. Well, not I think. I literally ordered it and it's sitting in the bedroom waiting for me to install it. So I'm gonna be installing a Rousseau grow light there with the like wood mount that he makes. Yeah, really happy with having my anthuriums up here. And this is another one that has the clear acrylic stake like holding up a leaf because this leaf kept falling forward. So I just put it against that stake there and then it kind of, you know, keeps it a little bit more organized. So yeah, see, this one's kind of more crazy, whereas that one is a little bit more compact because I'm manipulating it to be. This is my Crystal Meg. And oh my goodness, we have a new leaf. Why are you facing that way, baby? Okay, so I guess we have a new leaf here. How cutie. And then we also have some inflows. This one's dead, but we have that inflow there. And I also noticed an inflow coming in on this. Like tons of my anthurium are blooming right now. It's kind of bizarre. They're like all blooming. Oh, and speaking of that, oh my gosh, how could I forget? Okay, my anthurium Bakari. We know him, we love him. Look at this. Look at this. Are you kidding me? He freaking self-pollinated and is giving me berries. Which I knew that these plants did that. I knew that they were known for self-pollinating and for giving these gorgeous red berries, but I didn't think that it was actually gonna happen to mine, especially at this size. Like, I feel like I haven't had this plant that long. I haven't given it the best care for sure. And it's still doing that. So how insane is that? If these actually come to term and I harvest them and grow little babies, I'll croak. Like, that is just so, so cool. So yeah, that's probably actually one of my most exciting updates because I cannot believe this. And they're getting huge, like they get bigger and more red every single day. It is crazy. So I've really been trying to keep up with his watering, and he also has another one. I don't know if this one, oh, it looks like it's doing something, you guys. Oh my gosh, I think this one's gonna give me berries too. What? That is insane. That is so insane. So yeah, oh my goodness, isn't that just the coolest thing? If you want an easy anthurium and you want to be able to harvest berries from it without doing literally anything, this plant just did this completely on its own. I'm gonna put it there so I don't forget to water it later. Get the anthurium Bakari or Bakeri or whatever. It's freaking cool. I love him. And I neglected him so much. Like, this plant was getting so bone dry and it still did that. So it's just insane. And this is a new leaf. Look how pretty. It's so long and narrow compared to the other ones. Look how thin it is. And then this one is chunky. This one grew outside in the summer. This one grew under the Burino lights. Can't decide which look I like better. But yeah, love him so much. And then what else? My cutie peperomia. I'm obsessed with this little chili pepper. Love that plant. My Syndapsis is still growing like crazy. This Exotica, I just love it. Love, love, love. So, so pretty. Same with my Silver Cloud down here is doing well also. So cute. Yeah, I'm kind of loving Syndapsis this year. These are some of my newer plants from my last Plant Haven Toronto. Oh, this one's kind of dry. Actually, it's not too bad. From my last Plant Haven Toronto order. And they're just kind of settling in. My Syngonium Milk Confetti over here as well. Some Hoya. This is a glorious cutting, I guess. Just hanging out there. My Variegata Compacta. Hoya Chicken Farm is giving me a new leaf right here. It's still super soft and expanding, but I love this plant and I love when it gives me new leaves because they're so big and beautiful. And this thing literally keeps blooming from the same peduncle like a million times. It's just like on repeat. Oh, my Thomsonii. I'm kind of obsessed with this Hoya right now. I really want to know whether this is the white or pink blooms. So I'm patiently waiting for whenever the day is going to be that it blooms for me, which might not be for a oh my gosh. Oh, I thought that was a peduncle. Is it? What is that? I almost croaked just now, but I don't think it is. Anyways, I love this Hoya for the foliage, regardless of whether this is a pink or white bloomer. Look at the splashing that I'm getting on some of these leaves. Also, some of these leaves are massive. Like, look at that. It's so crazy, but it's just so soft and cute, and it grows pretty quickly. I've taken multiple cuttings from this plant. But yeah, she's growing. She's growing and giving me cute leaves. Love, love, love. This is some of the cuttings right here from the Thomsonii. I need to pot those back in with the mother. Okay, I'm being too thorough. Let's pick what I want to talk about. Okay, I have to talk about my Hoya chingensis. I always forget what the name is for this one, but I think that's what it is. Look how much this has grown. I don't know if you watched my spooky repot on this doll head planter, but this plant was not nearly this big when I did that. And that was just 2 months ago. So how insane. Like, look, it has like long freaking hair now. It looks crazy. You can see it's just constantly growing. Like, such a cool Hoya. This also is fuzzy, like cute little fuzzy leaves. So fast growing. Highly, highly recommend if you're looking for a small leafed Hoya or like a trailing Hoya. It is such an easy one. My Darth Vaderiana begonia croaked on me. My Botanicas one, which I was not happy about, but I'm trying to root it and see if I can grow it back. Yeah, I'm constantly just trying to figure out how to grow these begonia. My Streptocarpus, little cutie back here with these cute purple flowers. Look at her. Love this one so much. What else? Oh yeah, my lipstick plant. If you haven't seen my Black Pagoda lipstick plant on my Instagram, she is giving me the most blooms I've ever seen before on one of these plants, like the biggest clusters ever. Yeah, it is just, it's blowing my mind. There's another little cluster down here. There was more, and then she's lost some because these have been going for a while now, and then she's just putting out like random ones over here. And I always get people commenting about the color of these because obviously they're this beautiful, like vibrant yellow and red. And there's another variety of Black Pagoda lipstick plant that gives out just green blooms. And I didn't even know that, but I feel really lucky to have this one. So yeah, she's just stunning. Like, the color is just insane. But this cluster, like, are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? That is just craziness. So yeah, I definitely think she's loving the Molly's Aeroid mix. That's what I potted her into when I repotted her. And she's just been exploding since then. And such healthy foliage. Literally buds everywhere. Yeah, gorgeous. I have another new big leaf on my Hoya prick tie. Look at that. It is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I just love it so much. This Hoya is just stunning. I have been so happy with it. The other leaf, I need to like repot this and figure out a better place for it because it's just kind of like crawling along here. This is the other. Oh my gosh, I can't even get my hand in here. Like I said, these shelves are a mess, but this is the other leaf. Look at that. So cool. Some propagations back here. My Pinguiculas, little babies here. This is my newest one, the Hanka, which is settling in really well there. I just keep a small amount of water in the bottom of here for them. This is Hoya biacensis. I moved this out of the cabinet recently because it looked like it was, what's the word? Rotting, I guess, or I don't know. I had a feeling it just needed to come out. That's all I can say for myself. I just had an intuition that it needed to come out. It seemed like it was too wet or too humid or something, like it was just losing leaves, and I don't know, it was stressing me, so I just took it out, and it's been doing okay since I took it out. So yeah, Hoya can just randomly croak on me. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if that's just me or what, but sometimes they just randomly croak on me. But I think this one is okay. Hopefully it'll be okay. And then down here, these are some plants that I'm probably gonna be chopping because they kind of are looking a hot mess. That alocasia is just doing its own thing. Philodendron Sharonii has been doing pretty good, but I feel like I'm gonna end up chopping it. Oh, it's got lots of EFN, it's sticky. Begonia Amphioxus, I'm probably gonna start over because it just looks too crazy. Dioscorea, I'm probably gonna chop back and start over as well because it's just, I don't know, I can't figure this one out. It doesn't seem to like something about its setup. I think it needs a different potting mix. I think it needs different light. I don't know, but it's not looking its best. Like, it just looks so bleached and like colorless. So if anyone has any tips for me, let me know because yeah, I'm not happy with how it's looking. My Manila's Pride is doing really well. We have 2 new leaves. There's 2 plants in here and a new leaf coming in on both of them. One of the plants is more variegated than the other. You can see there's variegation on that new leaf, but this one looks, well, it looks like it might have a little, but it looks mostly green. I mean, it's still pretty without the variegation, but the variegation is just, oh my goodness. Yeah, I love her. Love, love, love this plant. So I'm glad that she is doing okay. Aglaonema for the win. Wow, this leaf too. Oh, it's just so beautiful. My obliqua has been growing like crazy. Look at this, unfurling. I don't think I've ever had a leaf this big and like wholly before. Oh, I think it's caught. Let's try to free it. Oh my gosh, there we go. Now it'll probably continue to unfurl. But yeah, that is pretty cool. That leaf, wow. Oh my gosh, she has another one coming out too. She is growing like crazy, what the heck? Wow, that's so cool. I think she's getting too much light though because she's this really light green and I've heard that they don't like a lot of light, so I'm probably gonna move her out of these grow lights. I thought she'd be far enough away, but she still is getting that like kind of bleached look to her. But yeah, really cool to see all these new leaves coming in. I had to move my Monstera subpinnata and my Begonia Irene Nuss over here because they were just getting too bleached from the light. I've said before that, I don't know, these Barina lights seem to burn a lot of plants and seem to not give enough light to a lot of plants. Like, sometimes it can go either way, depending on the plant and depending how far they are from the lights. So yeah, I don't know, but that's why those plants are off to the side there. Don't think there's really anything going on in the office. Plants aren't doing anything too crazy in there, so I'm gonna move to the bedroom where one of my new light setups is that I'm just so freaking excited about. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen it there, but it's a dream setup for me and I'm obsessed, so let me show you. I finally upgraded the lights for my Wally Grow planters and oh my goodness, I'm seriously obsessed. So I have the Soltech Highland now here, which has always been my dream setup and like the goal for these plants. It's what I envisioned when I first got these Wally Grow planters. I knew eventually I wanted the Highland and oh my goodness, I cannot even tell you how happy and excited I am to have this setup now. Like, it's just leveled up not only the plants and like this specific space, but like it just makes the whole room look so cozy and so inviting. I love the warm light that it casts. It's just, it's so beautiful. So yeah, this has been my latest obsession and love. And these plants, you guys, they are doing so incredibly. This is the 3rd week now. So it hasn't even been 3 full weeks, but I'm seeing so much growth. It is insane. If you look at the top of the neon there, I'm trying to stretch the camera up, but you can see that there's just so much new growth, so many new leaves coming out. They have that beautiful pinky orange look to them too. It just looks so good. Same with over here. You can see all those new growth points sticking out. On my Brazil, like literally just new growth freaking everywhere. I cannot get over it. I'm just, yeah, my socks are knocked off. I haven't really seen, I mean, this is a Syndapsis, so it grows differently. I think it's also thirsty. Whoopsies, I'm gonna have to water this. I'm probably gonna have to water these a lot more often now because they're getting a ton of light, whereas they've never really received this much light before. So yeah, I'm probably gonna water them tonight actually. They all should be chopped probably, but they look so pretty and long. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I've been so excited to show you guys. I know that a lot of y'all who've been following me know that I've wanted this setup for a while now. And yeah, I just love it. This is the wide beam, by the way. You can choose between narrow and wide, and I got the wide beam. Yeah, it's pretty close to them, so I think it's perfect. And my Mykins is doing well also. Growing. I just watered this one yesterday, so she's pretty happy. But I'm excited to see this plant do better because I feel like my Mykins has been kind of neglected, and it surely wasn't getting much light at all when there was that clamp light way up there. Like that was not reaching down to the Mykins. So she's probably gonna really start growing now. But yeah, that is probably one of the most exciting updates that I have, and I'm in love. I'm so happy with it. So yeah, that's my new plant wall setup. And then I also brought in my Monstera dubia because, well, for a couple of reasons. I moved my desk into the bedroom recently. This is my flexi spot. It still needs to be organized better and everything, but I moved that in here recently, so I haven't really been spending time in the office. And I thought it'd be nice to have this one in here because it's gonna get light like pretty much up the whole plank now. It has the Plant Spectrum 32 at the bottom, really close to it because Monstera dubia needs to be blasted with light. So I have the Plant Spectrum 32 there, and then as you go up, we start getting light from the Soltec. So he's pretty much covered now. And I swear I just moved him in here like a week ago and he already looks better, getting this new leaf that's starting to unfurl now. So yeah, I think he's gonna be a lot happier in here, and I just get to enjoy him because I didn't really see him a lot stuffed away in the dark corner in the office. So I'm excited to have that there. I feel like it looks kind of cool with the other plants as well, like having the wood plank there. So yeah, that's that little area. That box is my Rousseau light that I'm gonna put up at my Vitcho plant shelf that I was talking about earlier. Here are some of my begonias by the window. This beautiful Magdalene Madsen doing well still. And then I potted up some of my begonia cuttings. My, what do you call it? Maculata, who is in bloom right now. And my, oh, some of them just dropped. My begonia Sinbad, my begonia Gray Feather. These were all my kind of damaged cuttings from the heat wave in the summer. I finally got them potted up, so I'm just kind of waiting to see nice new growth on these gals. I have my other Michelitziana just hanging out here. My variegated Maranta, who I recently cleaned up. I was considering, well, I was pretty certain that I was gonna chop this whole thing up again. I feel like I'm constantly chopping this plant back and growing it out again because it just ends up looking bad. But now that I've cleaned it up, she looks kind of cute, and I'm thinking maybe I should just take some cuttings and stick them in here to fill out the pot a little bit because she looks pretty happy. Like, look at all of her new leaves coming out. So I don't really want to just chop her up anymore. So yeah, I might just take some cuttings and spruce her up, fill her out a bit. But yeah, she's looking not bad. I was really unhappy for a minute with how she was looking, but she's kind of bouncing back now. Look at her stunning variegation. My goodness, I love her. It's gonna be a nice leaf, I can tell. Yeah. Gloriosum over here, to my boyfriend's disdain, taking over his nightstand. But she just looks so good. And when the sun shines on her, like I said, it's really dark and cloudy right now, but when the sun shines on her, she just looks so, so pretty. And this is a philodendron that actually doesn't like to be blasted with light, is what I've found. So this is kind of the perfect spot for her because she doesn't get a ton of light, but she does get the occasional, you know, ray of sun and indirect light. But yeah, I actually chopped her up. So if you look along the stem or along the vine or whatever, she's just completely chopped between all of the nodes. And I plan to just separate them all, but now I'm kind of liking how she's filling out because all of these separate plants are pushing out new growth. So it's like just having a pot with a bunch of them in here. So now I'm kind of obsessed and I kind of don't want to separate them. So it kind of worked out because she was having a rough time for a minute there. But now I'm super, super happy with how she looks. Look at this one. It's just like the chubbiest little heart leaf ever. Like, look at that. It's so funny and cute. So yeah, love her. She looks so good with the bed too, like with the bed frame, the dark wood, and the bedding and everything. So yeah, really, really into her lately. And then on my side, we're almost done, you guys. Oh my gosh, all my laundry on the floor. Don't look in there. We have my begonia thurstonii here. And I've actually set her up with this Sancy light. If you haven't seen that yet, she was here without any light for a while. And I wasn't really sure how she was gonna do, but of course our winters are just way too dark and gloomy. She was hardly getting any light, and I could see that her new growth was coming in really small. So I was searching for a light that was gonna work for this setup because I tested out a few of the grow lights that I have, and they weren't really working for this situation. So I ended up ordering this little Sancy light, and I originally had it clipped on to the trellis, just kind of like pointing down, which I might do again. But I took her down the other day and I pruned her back, and then I just ended up putting the grow light kind of in front of her like this because the leaves were pointing all crazy and I wanted them to kind of face out. So the light's like that for now. Let me turn it off. Actually, do I want to turn it off? Not really, because then it's going to reset the timer thing. But yeah, she's still dark and beautiful, just to show you what she looks like without the light on her, because it kind of, yeah, it's kind of hard to, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to have to set that up again. But yeah, this is probably my favorite begonia, and she's doing really well. And then I figured I would talk about my asparagus fern because I never really talk about her, but I see her every day and I'm literally obsessed. One of my freaking favorite plants, and she's doing so well, like growing like crazy, all of these new branches she's pushing out, and she's just so beautiful, and I never really show her. So yeah, there she is. She's doing great. I just extended this grow light and put it a little bit higher because she had grown like right up to under it. So you can see what she looks like. Such a fun plant to have on my nightstand. It's actually kind of crazy how dim that light is though compared to this one. Like, it's really not a bright grow light, but it kind of makes for a nice ambiance, especially in the evening as like a little night light, I guess. It's really nice. So I do just leave that one for now. And I like that it's black and it matches the setup rather than this white one. Although the cord is supposed to be behind like that, but yeah, don't mind all of my reading. I have all these like clip-on things for my reading setup, but yeah, my two babies that are on my side of the bed here, cutie pies. And nothing really new with Greta, my marble queen here. I did take some cuttings recently that I'm rooting, and then I don't know, I'm probably gonna try to grow them up a pole maybe. I'm undecided, but I actually overwatered her. That's why I took the cuttings, because I thought she was gonna croak. And it's kind of funny because I never overwater plants, like ever. So I was like, oh, of course it's gonna happen to me and kill one of my like most sentimental plants. But she's fine, she survived it. But she was literally like sitting in water here. She still kind of is, but yeah, but she's fine. I did take a cutting from each end though. So I'm gonna have babies. But yeah, she's so cute. All right, that's gonna be it. I hope that y'all enjoyed. I feel like it's nice to just kind of catch up and let y'all know everything that's going on over here. I'm so excited to be going into a new fresh month. I feel ready. I feel like I'm getting back on top of the plants, and yeah, I can't wait to see what's to come. I can't wait to share all of the content I'm gonna be making with you guys. All right, I think that's gonna be it. Thank you so much again to Blueland for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to check out their sale. It'll be linked down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Try